Welcome back, everybody. It is time for our last two-game series of today. I'm Gods. Joining me, of course, is Luminous. He's not here in the studio, but we're wired up. How are you doing, Lumi?
I am doing great.
Great?
Just great.
Just great. All right. What do you have for breakfast today?
Some mooncake. It's the Chinese Moon Festival.
Oh, nice.
I'll bring some over to BTS. Don't worry, I got you guys covered.
I'm looking forward to some mooncakes.
Okay.
Well, Team Empire, they're now going to be going up against a new foe here in DTS2010. They're 4-0. So far, no one's been able to stand in their way. All that's left is DTS2010, and I believe tomorrow they verse EG. So that'll be definitely something worth looking forward to.
That is the best match of the series. Team Empire, though, now is going to be coasting to some teams, I want to say. Although DTS 2010 definitely cannot be underestimated. They're going to open up with Naga and Nature's Prophet. Draft that. Did they do again and again? Because game one, they had a very similar draft as well.
This is like your all Russian Dota. You've got the Team Empire as well as the DTS 2010, who are a Ukrainian, I think, Russian mix. But I remember even going back to the qualifier match we cast of DTS 2010, they don't play like a Russian team. They play very sort of more conservative and passive style Dota.
Okay. I haven't actually seen too much of DTS 2010 myself, so I can't really
We've
get a backstory.
casted 5 games of them now.
Yeah, 5 games, but they don't really have a distinct playstyle. Like, for example, Empire, they are very calculated, for example. The new EG, you could say something about them. I can't really say too much about DTS despite seeing their games.
Okay. Well, we'll see what the plan is for this game. Is here, like you say, the Nature's Prophet Nagasaran coming out again. They really like this Nature's Prophet for CA. Nagasaran we saw last game, the good and the bad. The good being stealing Joe's Divine Rapier, the bad being, well, some later sleeps where he actually helped out EG in a couple of fights.
Mm-hmm. Of course, in Nature's Prophet, we see multiple ways of them utilizing it as well. Using it to go for more split push, late game DPS. We also saw mech out of it, so it's not a one-trick pony here for Nature's Prophet player, who I think CA played twice now.
Yeah, he generally plays it in the off lane, although the game 2 of against EG, he was sort of forced into the jungle. Empire going to grab themselves the Lifestealer, which we've seen played by Mag in 2 or 3 of their games as a sort of a safe lane solo when they go for an offensive tri lane, or even just as a straight up off lane hero. So not guaranteed to be played in the carry role, which is silent for Team Empire, but at the same time, if they want to go offensive tri lane, it is with a Chen, so not really a traditional hero to put in that offensive tri lane.
Yeah, I think the versatility of these heroes, and more importantly, the versatility of these players, really allowed them to do quite a bit. I wonder if Team Empire is really going to bring back a Klinks. I think Klinks has fallen off a little bit with the, I guess, a popular. It lost Funnick, that's the thing. But I mean, I guess, well,
it's great against Nature's Prophet.
It is. That's what I'm saying. We saw a lot of split pushing, I think, 4 or 5 months ago, and that's where Klinks will, because you can pick off those people that just decide split push. It's not bad against OZ either. You just orc it in, just strafe arrows, and that would be a kill. But you don't have Funnick, so maybe that's it.
Well, I guess it's a hero that. Well, who would you even put? Scandal maybe on the Klinks, although he generally wants to play the mid lane. I guess you could put Silent on a safe lane solo, or even Mag we see on the safe lane solo every now and then, but no sort of obvious Klinks player for them. Something as far as we've casted 4 of Team Empire's games now. They've been playing a lot of matches in Starlighter and stuff, of course, but they've been picking up Chen in the first 2 picks every single game I've seen them. The one game they didn't was when the other team took Chen, and in that case they took Enchantress. They really love this Chen pickup in the first 2. And I think that's something which teams haven't maybe even caught on to, because they're not banning it ever. Chen never getting banned out against Team Empire.
Yeah, I mean, you just really can't afford to ban Chen. I think perhaps most teams says, they like to pick Chen a lot, but we just can't afford banning it, because you have Batrider, Wisp, that's 3 heroes that you had to worry about. Things like Darkseer, Visage, Naga, Siren.
They banned Lone Druid, which is, I guess, the surprising thing here instead.
Yeah, so I'm not sure whether we've seen Team Empire actually utilize Lone Druid quite a bit. I'm not sure whether he's even worthy of a ban, and to give away Batrider at that, but they're going to get themselves OD, which is often a prize solo mid hero, because he just doesn't lose the mid lane. It's very rarely that we do see him lose the mid lane.
Yeah, against Batrider he'll do quite alright as well. The only thing I'll have to worry about is maybe some early Chen smoke ganks, but Empire are going to pick up one of Mag's favorite and best heroes in the Clockwork. So Clockwork, we look to make his way to the offlane in this. We'll put Silent onto the, I'd say, safe lane farming Lifestealer here. Very unlikely you look at Clockwork as a sort of being played as a safe lane solo in an offensive tri lane now. So I like what Empire have done. Mag, that was I think he's played Clockwork or Lifestealer in every single game that Empire has played in WePlay.
I think in the replay that's definitely the case. I see him play Batrider as well. I think we've seen him play 1 game of Batrider where he just really couldn't actually find the angle of initiation and things like that. And this game we'll see what he plays. All three of those heroes that he can play are here. Crystal Maiden is a hero that DTS 2010 last game played by Tossie is a hero that they really like as well. Give him a little bit more bite in the early game in terms of initiation. Not a bad jungler. Seems like they just like to get bite first, jungle up to level 2, get the aura, and then jungle to 3.
I like to see him Naga as like your 2 support. I think it's a strong duo, but I don't know how well it fits with like your Nature's Prophet OD, because these aren't heroes which are going to be fighting that much early. They're more split push based. They're going to be sort of looking to take it to the mid to late game, where CM isn't going to do a whole lot. I feel if you're picking CM Nagasar and you want to go for like your more standard Lifestealer, Beastmaster, just your kind of like your IG face rush style of play, which isn't what DTS 2010 have done, which is where to me the CM pick maybe doesn't quite fit in all that well, although it is like a nice early game support.
Yeah, CM is just not a good hero to have if you're dealing against a Lifestealer who definitely could rage away from both of your disables. At the same time here, she is one of the few supports that does have, 2 AoE, or not AoE, 2 nuking disables early on. Really good at initiating against a Batrider. That Nova comes out at 1,100 range. Of course, good against Chen creeps where you can Frostbite. So I think she's a good hero overall, but it's like you said, DTS wants to go fairly late, and Crystal Maiden is a sandbag at the late game.
Yeah, and even if you're worried about not having enough early game heroes to deal with Empire's aggression, CM not the best, because like you say, you're going to feed to Lifestealer, Clockwork Hooks, Batrider. These heroes just chew up Crystal Maiden. The Frostbite's decent-ish against the Chen, because you can Frostbite his creeps, of course. But it seems just like a small victory here as far as the CM pick's concerned. Empire, they need to grab themselves up as support here. That's the one thing they're sort of heavily missing from their lineup. Just a standard laning support. With Bane banned out, there's not a whole lot of obvious choices for them. And with just a dual lane with Chen in the jungle, they probably can't stop what we've seen CA try and do. The Treant's just blocking the neutral pool spawn. So I think Empire will just be looking to use their support mostly just to zone out Nature's Prophet rather than go for lots of pulls.
So we do want to, give you guys an apology for the game being somewhat delayed. Yeah. We did have a patch coming out, so I'm pretty sure if you guys are aware of the, what's going on in Dota 2, the first split patch is going to be coming out today. Are you excited for that patch?
I'm really excited for that patch.
What are you most excited about that patch?
Probably
if you have to choose one thing.
The LAN aspect. I think it's the biggest thing. For those of you who don't know, you still have to have an internet connection to be connected to Steam, but your connection to like the Dota 2 server isn't going to be dependent on your internet connection, which is for some regions is huge.
Okay. Personally, I'm very excited about the item drop. It seems like they're rewarding players that play more to get better item drops.
Yep.
For people that don't really care about items, this is a non-factor, but for people that want to be proportionally rewarded for the billions of hours you put in Dota 2, well, there it is. So.
There are people who put billions of hours into Dota 2 item trading probably without playing all that much. So now it's going to be this trade-off of like, how much do I play, how much do I spend trying to use my trading knowledge and make a profit in the Dota 2 trading market. So it's a cool little thing here. But,
well, speaking of profit, so far DTS got profit and and OD as their 2 core.
There's so many counters to these, like Clockwork. There's Lifestealer Infest and the Batrider. Nature's Prophet's not going to have a fun time.
I just don't think this is a good draft coming out from 2010 DTS, but perhaps this is a draft that they're most comfortable with. There's something to be said that, sure, you're not picking the best hero to counter enemy team, but if you don't know how to play those heroes, or if simply you're just not comfortable playing with those heroes, sometimes it's perhaps better to play a weaker draft, but one that you're a lot more familiar with.
They seem a bit baffled here as far as their last pick, their carry hero is concerned, because they're using all their extra time down to 1 second. They're going to go for a last-minute Luna pick here.
Nova. Actually, Luna's actually not too bad against Lifestealer. Sort of like a very, very weak battle trance effect. Lifestealer walks in here, and
I think Troll would have been a better pick than Luna.
Troll would have been a better pick.
Battle trance, yeah. I didn't actually come to mind here, but I think it would have been quite nice.
But I guess the idea is to kind of, once Lifestealer right-clicks you right-click them back with everybody else, and you have your plus damage. But the more difficulty thing is that Luna, a lot of times is played as more or less a kind of a pushing carry. And when you're pushing against a Clockwork, a Batrider, things get pretty hard.
And OD not really fitting into this lineup, which is where I feel like having a Beastmaster mid or something else as far as even like a Shadow Fiend, what I feel would have fit as a slightly nicer semi-carry for the mid lane.
I mean, you got OD versus Bad in the mid lane, right? When OD walks in a bar, there was no counter. There is no counter.
I don't know. Bat, we'll see what Team Empire have to say about that come mid-game time. Maybe laning stage. OD's not going to be interrupted too much, but I feel DTS, they need to go maybe even like towards your more traditional, like your Dragon Knight solo mids if you want to go for a pushing style lineup. I think Dragon Knight would fit. Like if this was a Dragon Knight 7 OD, I'd say it's a stronger draft, even though OD is a more of a top pick than a Dragon Knight.
Yeah, at the same time, Dragon Knight loses to Bat, whereas OD beats Bat, so...
It doesn't change the fact that it's, I think, better draft with Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
It's not all about the lane. Like, the game isn't won or lost in the lane stage. But
Maybe.
Odin,
Yeah, I
maybe,
mean-
maybe he can go for the fast mech for the team to help them out, but he doesn't add
that's-
a lot to the push.
Actually, that's a big point, right? If you get a quick mech, that is you do transform into a pushing hero in that sense. But let's quickly introduce our teams. Team Empire doing quite well here so far in Group B. Mag's gonna be going on the bot lane. Bot lane as Clockwork. Yesterday he has an amazing clock. Just basically carried his team. Was able to initiate quite a bit in a game that was fairly even until he started hitting those magnificent hooks. We have Fly Dota on Empire playing support on Rubik. We have Scandal playing the mid lane, very dominant mid player. And let's see if he's going to have a good performance here. Vanscore is just kind of hovering over the cliff. He's been playing a lot of jungler lately, and it's going to be on Chen once again. Last but not least, up on top, we're going to see Silent on that Lifestealer. So far, it seems like he's going to be rushing for a quick Midas, it seems like. Saving a ton of gold.
I love this from Empire. They've got Rubik here at bottom lane.
Are they trying to tango this tree?
Yep. Tango the tree, and then you can... Because Clockwork wants to... He wants to go for the send the creeps in here with the cogs, and you can stop it by tangoing tree, but Rubik's like, nope, not going to let you. At first I was like, is this an offensive dual lane, maybe with Chen coming for a trailing, but Rubik's just zoning them out.
He just literally sat there with that intention of zoning him out, and then got the zone, and it's like now backing off. This is pretty nice.
They saw him coming with this Observer Ward here in the middle lane as well, so I really like the start here for Empire. This is going to make sure they can get this Clockwork cog just to help him out a lot.
This seems like Empire as well as DTS2010 are two teams that practice against each other quite a bit, which I guess give more of an edge to DTS than to Empire, because Empire is, the better team, right?
Yep. Absolutely. But some all chat going on. I'm not sure quite exactly what he's saying.
I'm actually also very surprised that
I
OD
wish
did
I
not
knew Russian.
start with a magic stick.
Okay. I think the Null Talisman just... the stats from the Null Talisman is just so nice. But I guess you could have gone Null Talisman. I guess you can't afford the Magic Stick, but he'll probably get a Magic Stick with its first 200, unless he really wants fast boots, which the boots are nice against the Bat Rider.
He's gonna go magic stick immediately right now. And, well, he's got like perfect CS on the mid lane, so that helps.
Yep. Well, we're going to see Astral Spam start coming out in Scandal. He's not going to have the best time at mid, but he's still going to get his levels, farm here and there, and at this point, I mean, sure, even when OD gets the Magic Stick, you're not worried about giving him Magic Stick charges, because you're not going to be going for kills unless a rotation comes from Rubik and Chen.
Yeah, but once those rotations do come, he's working with like 800 effective HP, and you're like, well...
Yeah. I think if Rubik and Chen are there, even if you have 10 Magic Stick charges, it's not going to save you.
Okay, fair enough. I think a lot of it also depends on whether he uses Astro offensively like he's doing so. And as an OD, you can't just basically save your Astros. You can't just be like, well, I have to save it for the gank. No, you just keep lane dominating because you win the lane.
Well, Radiant support's going to be pulling away at bottom lane, just trying to deny Mag for as much experience as possible. Mag does get himself up to level 2 with that little cog trick of his, getting experience under the tower. And he's going to start looking to block this pool camp here, I imagine, sending out rocket flares and preventing it from respawning. And if he can do that over and over again, it makes it a lot harder for CM Naga to do a whole lot in this bottom lane. There goes the rocket flare. Easy block.
I just really love the evolution of the long lane. In the beginning of time where you had no long lane, people just didn't know how to zone, people didn't know how to pull, and everybody got experience. And we saw the liches, enigmas in the long lane too. Just get your denies and stuff like that.
Now those heroes are irrelevant. Like you can't go lich off lane now. You get punished for it.
Yeah, you get dived upon, you get pushed upon.
Yeah.
And now we just see that. I was actually writing an article of the evolution of long lane. It's actually quite complicated. And now there's another chapter where you have long laners harassing supports because previously it was thought impossible.
Yeah, and the latest evolution is something we saw what Fog was doing earlier, which is helping out the off lane by sending rockets from another lane. That's going to be the next thing. It's kind of like your safe lane lone druid sending his bear to the off lane just to help pull creep waves, even if lone druid's not in the off lane. But I've never seen the rocket flares coming from another lane. Well, it's so rarely that Clockwork picked up as a support, I guess.
Well, Fog, haven't actually got the right timing down just yet.
Clockwork misses that one. He was off by half a second, it looks like.
Ah, I see.
Sent the rocket out, didn't actually get the block.
2.5 to 3 seconds. You don't have a big timing window, unfortunately, to get that work, but it's worth all the practice, because you miss a camp, suddenly your lane is donezo.
Yeah, he's got this experience. It's being pushed out because he's been blocking the pool camp, but I think CM expects it to be blocked, but maybe scared. It looks like CM scouts out. It's like, oh, we've got a pool camp. Great.
Nice.
Yeah, you get farm, you get XP.
Right.
CM can just straight up jungle, but they've also got a smoke here, which is where they may look to smoke gank the middle lane sometime soon, but for now it's Chen at the top lane. Looking for a bit of a wraparound here, maybe trying to catch out CA on this Nature's Prophet. if he sort of poked his head up too far.
I really don't think, unfortunately, DTS could get that smoke gank. Unfortunately, if you see CM, she's got the second point into Aura. Maybe expecting to get her camp block and maybe realizing that she has to jump
over.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Frostbite. Doesn't have Frostbite.
Oh, that's interesting. I was like, oh, she's definitely jungling, but never mind.
Not the case, and we're going to have Empire take it fast T1 tower. This is something they do very often with this Chen. They come out of the jungle around this time and bring down these T1 towers nice and early. CA, though, has done a good job of keeping this tower alive for as long as possible, and it looks like he'll pull the creep wave off, so this push getting slowed down a decent margin.
Crystal Maiden finds himself in Viscerin, and I think Mag fully realized that, yeah, he had an observer scouting this out over here, and he's not going to get punished by it. Mag, by the way, I think he's gotten boots first. Yes, he does. And he should be fine. This is, look at him, Stout Shield, 5 Tango Salve, and Magic Stick. He shouldn't really die, even if he gets a little bit out of position. But with that said, the Luna with 3 Lucent Beams, those beams have a very, very short cooldown. So if he's caught far away from the tower, 2 beams and a couple of nukes will do the job.
And Luna with Tranquil Boots has a lot of chasing potential with the bonus 75 movement speed. 4 or 5 movement speed to Mag's 365, so I can outrun him. Empire, though, they're once again looking for this tier 1 top tower, but they're really struggling to get it. Chen, his creep, just looking to tank things up a little bit here, and
these Treants, just really annoying.
Yeah.
Traditionally, you don't expect a hero like Nature's Prophet to make a defense, but he's just keep drawing the creep wave.
TP coming in from Naga. I think they're a bit late, though, to stop this tower going down. There's no glyph either, so looks like Naga was just... if he wanted to do this to try and stall this push, he needs to come a bit earlier.
Yeah, he should have did it a wave ago, and now he's just basically down with TP Squirrel, which to a support hero, that's very, very expensive. But they're saying, you know what, Naga, you get the farm up top, and then we're going to send a Prophet into the jungle where his farm really begins. Once you lose a tier 1 tower, things like sending Prophet Treants into the jungle to block are pretty irrelevant at that point, so he's going to jungle straight to Midas.
This is the other evolution of the off lane. Your actual off lane hero going straight into the jungle, and your support coming to the off lane.
Yeah, that's definitely what we've seen a lot out of the pre-TI3 stages.
Yeah, your Fluff and stuff, he would be the one like TPing to the top lane and having your Darkseer, your Nature's Prophet, whoever it is, just going straight up jungle.
Okay, let's actually check out how we're doing back in the mid lane here. 35 CS, 11 denies on the low D. Okay. Batrider surprisingly actually able to get 24. I said surprisingly because the matchup generally, he doesn't even get 24. I think he's using his Firefly quite a bit to get those CS. And, well, Batrider, he's going to continue to struggle. I think he might actually go back into his own jungle and start getting a little bit more farm there, but somebody needs to take over his lane.
They've done a bit of a stack here for him. Actually, no, Chen just taking one of the creeps there, so it's sort of 1.5 there. And the Dire team, they've got an Observer on the high ground. I'd love to see a rotation maybe, looking for an OD kill here, now that the lasso is up on the Batrider, but doesn't look like we'll see anything from that. Probably look either they look to gank mid, or Scandal says, okay, I'm going to go gank one of these side lanes. He's actually pinging his own jungle, maybe asking for someone to stack this for him, but he's going to stack it himself and probably kill it. I
think Mag was looking to rotate mid to set up a gank, but he's only level 5, so he's not going to get the kill. Actually, you know, since we're talking about off-lane a little bit, the fact that Mag using his rocket to block really allows him to just leave the rocket at level 1. Sometimes you level up rocket and you say, you know what, let's get them more damage so we can harass as we CS in the lane with the rocket flare. But if you're not looking to CS much, in fact, you're just looking to block the camp non-stop with your rocket flare, you just need level 1 of it, and then you just have leveling up Battery Assault, which is definitely your most damaging spell.
Yeah, it's much more valuable to block a pull than to get one CS, maybe 2 with a rocket flare. So I think the more efficient way of using it. He'll eventually get this level 6. He's more worried about hitting level 6 than having... Whether or not he has 15 CS or 8 CS when he hits level 6 isn't really a factor. Because either way, he's got boots, which is all he really needs is boots and a hook shot to initiate ganks.
Exactly. Oh, OD on the mid lane still trying to dominate, but we're going to see... Oh no! Looks like he self-astral himself with 6 charges. That is a dead OD, and that should have never happened.
Did he misclick when he meant to go on the Batrider?
I think he saw the Batrider getting really close, and you know, the lasso was coming, so maybe he was trying to destroy the lasso or something. I don't know what happened there, but
I've seen people astral themselves, but just because you push the hotkey, and if you accidentally if you're panicking, you double click it. Some people have auto cast for the double click, which can often hurt you. And Scandal with this kill, I think he just stacked the neutrals here, so he's going to come and kill this neutral stack, and with that, it's pretty much his Blink Dagger. He's got a good amount of farm. He's going to even find a haste rune here at the top lane, so Scandal's looking really good, and OD all of a sudden, his great start somewhat put behind him.
Yeah, I don't want to harp on individual misplays as much as I can, or as much as possible, but that misplay really may shape the game in a downward spiral.
Silence ready to get involved. TP's bottom, Infest into Mag. I love that Empire just their teamwork just works so well that Mag as soon as he hits level 6, he tells the Lifestealer comes bottom, and we're going to be looking at an Infest gank coming any second. Rubik takes a lane. He's going to hit level 6, so everything about Empire you can tell is just so calculated. Like, they give the lane up to the Rubik, who can actually benefit from some farm. They give Mag an opportunity to get some kills now that he's hookshot, and this Luna is maybe not going to survive for too much longer.
Well, he's fully aware of it. He sees Rubik, of all players, CSing up top. Like, he knows what's up. Lifestealer's
You maybe think Lifestealer's jungling, though. Like, I would say that's probably more likely what you're expecting, but...
Well, he's saying, I'm not going to go into lane. Right. I'm going to just farm in the jungle. But Clockwork is one-upping on him, says, you know what? I know you're jungling. I'm going to search you in the jungle. And they see him at the Slayer. The Rocket is going to scouting out. And oh, he dodges it, and Eclipse is going to come. He's going to kill Mag right from the get-go. He can pop Drum and survive this. I think he will survive this. What a great dodge from Seema.
Yeah, pops the Eclipse early enough, and Silent needed to infest out and try and share that damage. I think he did infest out, but still there was 1 or 2 Eclipse hits still hitting him, but really nicely played. You could tell even when he was neutraling, he was somewhat aware of it, because he was standing over here while the neutrals are here. So he's attacking from as far away as possible. He knows the gank is going to come in from the left side, so he's positioning himself so that the neutrals are going to be sort of acting as a bit of a buffer zone, a bit of a wall, and he has more time to react, more time to get to sort of just to safety, which is going to be the fog around these trees. And
and also Lifestealer popping out of that Infest gank. He needs to, as we see a little bit of engagement out top here against OD. OD will hasted Bat Rider is going to be the death of him. Song's going to be nice, but the flames. 60 HP is going to salve. Flame Bridge shouldn't be able to kill him anymore. He's going to Blink Dagger and Lasso. Never mind.
He's going to be kicking himself. He's going to be like, man, I should have just TP'd. He uses a salve 100 gold and also just, could have used 135 gold and saved his life there.
Yeah, I think he thought it was fine, just not seeing the Blink Dagger on the Bat Rider and the Haste Rune, so.
Yep. Uh-oh. Nagasari, man, you're going to be so... ZQQ at the top lane gets caught out unnecessarily. And Empire, they never even left the top lane. Now they're going to go for a tier 2 tower. And DTS2010, it just seems to be, like you say, a couple individual mistakes which you don't want to harp on. But Seema's played fantastic in that safe lane Luna, but the rest of his team making a couple very unfortunate mistakes, which is so costly for DTS.
Yeah, I mean, every time you get a solo death like this, you just get your tower pushed down, or you just give them a big boost in terms of gold. Back to the earlier kind of Infest gank, I think Lifestealer can't pop the Rage there. If he pops the Rage, all 4 beams goes onto, Clockwork.
Okay, so if you pop out of the beams will not target you if you're in Rage form?
They can't. They don't do damage to you. Yeah, they can't target Seema. By the way, he gets a tower, but he gets hooked up here. It will beam on Silent, but they infest back out, and it looks like Seema's gonna be dead.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't get targeted by the beams if you're magically immune.
I wasn't sure if it wasted something without doing any damage, being an ultimate, because often ultimates it'll go on you, but it won't do damage.
It doesn't count you as a valid target selection. So.
Gotcha. Alright, well, with that Lifestealer gank on bottom lane, this is a successful gank on Seema, which is what they really needed, I feel, because he was the one hero who they hadn't done much of a job of shutting down. He's going to pick himself up a Blade of Alacrity, so build towards a Yasha, as well as pick himself up a Magic Wand, and I think...
I'm pretty sure this is one of those Yasha into BKB builds.
The CIS teams love it. Is BKB really going to help, though, against Bat Rider, Lasso, Clockwork, Hookshot? Chem, you don't really need BKB against him. Lifestealer, I mean, you can get out of open wounds, but I feel this might not even be a BKB game.
Yeah, I agree. It's not exactly one of the best items. Maybe you just go straight Manta. Certain players, like AI2000, for example, really loves it when he played it carry back in Dignitas. So, and the benefit, obviously, is it helps you farm a lot more. It debuffs the open wound, which is actually a big thing. More importantly, if you're ever sieging at the base and you knock down that tier 3 tower and you have Manta illusions up, oh god, those glaive bounce are absolutely insane. So, there are plus and minuses on that item. So, we'll see what he actually ends up getting.
Alright, he's going to go back in the jungle now, and he's actually really close to this Lifestealer. Lifestealer just on the other side of the trees. As he's going to be actually just stacking up this neutral stack, somewhat for the enemy team, although it's not going to actually stack. A little Alpha Wolf Giant Wolf gets left behind. And,
are the Alpha Wolves and the Small Wolves also a family?
No, they're a pack. They're not like...
okay.
Like, it's survival of the fittest when it comes to wolves.
But the Wild Wings, they're a family.
They're a family. It's Mama and the 2 kids.
What happened to the dad?
You don't want to know what happened to the dad. That's a sad story.
That is a sad story.
It is fucked up. Those kids don't know about it. We can't talk about it, Lumi. They might hear us.
So, can we have another animation for the baby Wild Wing Ripper asking Ice Rock, what happened to Daddy? We still are taking application for that.
Yeah. We haven't got any yet. I don't know why. No video editors.
DTS animation, guys. We have all the great ideas here.
All right. Well, this game's we're 1-4. Goldgraph is 2,000 Empire's favor, so not a big lead, so to speak of. They've only actually taken one tower, despite how much pressure it seems they're applying. But they've fallen back. They've got more farms. Silence got himself an armlet, so he'll come every now and then when he's got an infest up and he's pretty confident he can get a kill with Mag. But in between, he's being as efficient as possible, getting his CS up. He's actually leading the Luna with 95 CS to the 79 that Luna has.
Yeah, I really like the way that Empire's playing this. They're a lot more reactionary, and again, the ganks that we do see, look at how effective it is.
Yeah.
Scandal meets up top with the Lifestealer. They TP up to join Fly, and Fly, by the way, is already smoked up. Or they smoke up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything
and then
is calculated.
But they see this coming. That's the question. Are they looking
over the sentry wall where you'd have no vision? There's like no reason.
The Firefly, the Flaming Lasso is gonna come. They are immediate buy comes up. They are expecting this gank. But he's gonna die to the rage of the life. So the Solemn Siren was there as well. It seems like every time these ganks are coming from Team Empire, DTS 2010 is completely ready, but you're just not ready for these level of ganks. Astro the Crystal Maiden, she's gonna be left to die so that the rest of the guys can escape.
Yeah, well, easy 2 kills go to Empire, and this is just efficient ganking from them. Like you said, Lifesteal is now like, okay, let's get this T1 tower. Maybe even he's just going to farm the jungle while he waits for this bottom lane to push a bit more. Are they backdooring it? All right,
I don't think you can backdoor this. You don't have that kind of damage.
There's no backdoor protection. You're a Lifestealer.
Alright. Armor Lifestealer legit. Okay.
DD Batrider. This is, yeah, easy.
Take that and go back. I really like the way that Empire is playing this. They just go for these really kind of for sure ganks, or well-coordinated ganks, and then rest of the time they just farm up. And if you look at what they're farming to, Batrider, once he gets Force Staff, he's legit and he's very close to it. And of course, Mag really loves his Blade Mail, especially against heroes like Luna now, against heroes like OD, who just pops their ultimate and do a ton of damage. Really nothing you can do about it. And you're farming against heroes, for example, like Crystal Maiden. Once we go into the mid and late game, she is, effectively a useless hero in a sense. So they're farming towards a stage where they're stronger. They're kind of angling how they want to play this game, and they're just really poised and really effective with these games too.
I'm surprised that Empire just got this lineup of theirs. I mean, some of these series you feel like should not have been. They got Lifestealer as well as Batrider, and combine it, they got a Rubik as that Rubik and Chen as their 2 supports. It just seems like DTS 2010 just gave them too much to work with.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that, and they're definitely punishing DTS right now, as we're going to see a Tier 1 tower being sieged, and really nothing much that DTS can do. In fact, if you think about it, here comes OD trying to be a hero. He's going to Astro the Rubik.
There's no chance of an Eclipse here with all these just creeps and stuff floating around, and we are going to see Fly Dota. He's actually taking a lot of damage, gets him set up, gets mech'd up, Nature's Prophet ultimate going to fly, and he's going to be sacked, it looks like. Empire decide they don't want to take a fight.
Luna's walking fast, he beams up Scandal. This is what exactly DTS needs to do. They should be the one that's scooping S5 and pushing. See it teleporting in, putting a big ROTK impression. No Sprout just yet. If they sprouted the Chen, maybe they go for the kill.
Firefly for 2 seconds.
Uh-oh.
There's
They have to ensnare. They got to ensnare him. All the blame coming out from Scandal, and that's going to be the end of it.
Meanwhile, Lifesteal finds CM. Little Red Riding Hood in the wood. Just get chewed apart by the Lifestealer.
No, CA trying to TP out, no flame break, and he is going to get the successful TP out. No flame break because he blinked, so a little bit unfortunate. No mana on Scandal.
Yeah, he wouldn't have got there in time, I guess, without that. Scandal's going to be sent home. He's completed his 4-star, so that's going to help him out a lot as far as getting better initiations off. Meanwhile, Mag, he's actually going to go for this hook shot. I'm surprised because he's got no backup. The backup's actually quite far away.
That's his own backup.
He blade mailed the Riptide damage, and now they're going to go into the OD. OD with no Astral for the time being, and OD going to take a fall. He pops the mech. He's not going to be able to get off his Astral, and 2 more kills to Empire. Scandal TP'd into the middle lane, so he's going to be looking for a Firefly lasso initiation with his blink and then 4-star out. Prophet's like, get me the hell out of here, TP's bottom. Uh-oh. Tossy. Does Scandal see him? Doesn't?
Oh, he sees yes, she does.
I think it was like, let's see if there's a better target. I don't want to use this on the CM. But it's just a 70-second cooldown, so he will. Yeah, it kills a kill. It was more like if a better target showed up, he would go for it. But he knew he could get the CM without having to go for it right away.
I think teams needs to start respect banning this Clockwork. You just can't.
Especially in the second stage, like they know. Well, I guess he can play the Batrider, should he choose to. But they first pick Batrider and Chen. At which point you should, based on Empire's recent draft in WePlay at least, you should be banning out either
Lifestealer.
Yeah, Clock Lifestealer. What did they ban out instead? I can't remember what their 3rd and 4th ban were on, but I feel it was definitely not on as good a heroes as these.
Well, it's hard to say. You know, if Empire has a different draft and they're only as hard, you'd be like, well,
I think like Gyro was banned maybe.
yeah, you need a ban Gyro and Weaver or something like that.
Yeah,
You know,
I think
it's hard to say.
those kind of, it was definitely bans on carries. Wow,
Oh.
they were smoked up here. Hookshot's gonna find the Naga.
Can't cast a song. Naga gets countered by Clockworks.
It was actually a good thing that the Clockwork was Astral there, because if that Eclipse hits him, he's got Blade Mail on, and Luna just dies to the Blade Mail with Eclipse. Luna now on the run, taking a lot of damage. There's a Sanity's Eclipse, so it's not doing anywhere near enough. Odie trying to finish off Mag.
Tossy.
CM ultimate. Tossy with what a hero CM. Kills one only.
Ain't
And
fluff and stuff. Let's just leave it at that.
I don't know. That was one of the. If you look at the damage dealt by that freezing field, it would be like some couple thousand damage.
I mean, are we arguing about fluff and stuff's CMO not being a good one at the TI3?
I wish there was a stat for like most damage the Crystal Maiden ultimate's ever done.
The top lane here.
Most hero damage.
CA's flat out there. Flame break just reserved for that. GG gets called. They know the writing was on the wall.
Empire's like kill deaths in their 5 games here. This is like their average score. Normally they give away 2 or 3 kills and they end up with 15 to 20. They've had so many convincing dominating wins. It's scary.
Okay, DTS is calling GG, but they're also tagging on a 2-0. I guess they're forfeiting the second match as well.
It looks like that may be the case. We'll get confirmation from the admins, but it looks like Empire may have just had the easiest 2-0 of their life.
Wow, who was this observer? Easy game, easy life.
2-1, please, says Rasuda. Yeah, I don't know. Well, that may conclude things, guys. We'll try to get final word and confirmation from our admins. But Empire, too strong. It's going to be EG who have to contest. EG have smart drafts and just smart plays, and that's, I think, what you need against a team like Empire. I'm sure Old Man Fear has done his homework.
All right, we'll see whether he has really done his homework tomorrow. That's the match we're going to be
I'm not
looking
sure
at.
if it's tomorrow or the day after. I think tomorrow's matches may be the other match.
Oh, the day after. Sorry,
Yeah,
the day
it may be the day after. I'm not sure the exact schedule for tomorrow. Actually, yeah, we can see our first match for tomorrow is Dignitas versus DTS2010, which is our match at 18 CST. There should be a second match at 22. After that's DTS versus Dignitas.
Okay.
No, sorry, what's the second match? EG versus Dignitas. All-American Showdown. The traitor fogged up against his old team.
Except one team is good and one team is maybe not so good.
Dignitas 0-4. We can take a look at our brackets and just remember once again, because we haven't reminded you how often how poorly Dignitas are doing. They're 0-4. Empire, we have them 5-0. We don't know if it might be 6-0. We'll find out from the admins in just a second, and we'll come back and let you know if we're going to have a final game or not. It looks like it may be a 2-0. We're not going to confirm it just yet, but stay tuned, guys, and we'll let you know. See you soon.